Hello, basketball people, we have news. Let's go to more news about the Golden State Warriors. I ask you to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as I am a Warriors fan. What's missing for Al Horford to sign with the Warriors? All that's needed is to resolve the situation with Jonathan Kuminga and the Warriors by signing Al Horford. The player and the Warriors already have a verbal agreement, as stated by executive Mike Dunleavy Jr. But according to today's news, Kuminga will re-sign with the Warriors. The Boston Celtics and Golden State Warriors have had two of the most unusual off-seasons. Both franchises are facing difficult financial times, forcing adjustments ahead of the 2025-26 season. Boston had to shed multiple large contracts from players who had significant roles in a lot of their successes in recent years. Players like Jrue Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis were traded away for the team to avoid the third prong of the NBA luxury tax threshold. Meanwhile, the Warriors have been the least involved team in free agency this offseason. This is due to the ongoing contract talks with restricted free agent Jonathan Kuminga. Al Horford is reported to be signing a 2-year deal with the Warriors. The Warriors waited until late August to make their first free agency move, signing forward Tevin Kinsey this week. Aside from that, Golden State has stayed quiet and continues to wait on restricted free agent Jonathan Kuminga to resolve his contract situation. It's been quiet this offseason for the Warriors, but according to reports, free agent center Al Horford, along with DeAnthony Melton, have verbally agreed to deals with Golden State. Brett Siegel of Clutch Points has some more details on the deals. All of their remaining signings are expected to be minimum contracts except for Horford, who is expected to sign a 2-year deal with a player option. Horford, 39, has been one of the more reliable players for the Boston Celtics in the past few seasons despite his age. In 2024-25, he averaged 9.0 points, 6.2 rebounds, and 2.1 assists a game while shooting 42.3% from the field and 36.3% from the three-point line. If the rumors are true about the veteran center, he'll likely fill the void that Kevin Looney left after he agreed to a contract with the New Orleans Pelicans. Jonathan Kuminga's agent reveals offer he plans to accept from Warriors. As the standstill between Jonathan Kuminga and the Golden State Warriors continues, Kuminga's agent, Aaron Turner, decided to talk to the media on Friday. Turner had conversations with numerous outlets as the October 1st qualifying offer deadline nears. In a conversation with the Hoop Collective podcast, he revealed that Kuminga is prepared to accept the qualifying offer unless Golden State improves any of its current offers on the table. More news: Warriors could trade Jonathan Kuminga if one big change happens. There's a lot of upside, Turner said of the qualifying offer. He wants to pick where he wants to go. So the QO is real for sure. The Warriors have reportedly made 3 offers to Kuminga, 3-year, $75.2 million with a team option on the 3rd season. 3-year, $54 million with no options. 2-year, $45 million with a team option on the 2nd season. Turner has made it clear that if the team option became a player option, Kuminga would accept one of the deals. However, the Warriors are adamant on there being a team option, or at least not a player option. Thus, the stalemate continues, and Turner put the onus on Golden State to make the right offer. More news: Jonathan Kuminga wants to leave Warriors, play for West rival if the Warriors want to win now. If you want a guy that's happy and treated fairly who is a big part of this team, we believe, moving forward, you give him the player option, Turner said. You do lose a little of that trade value, giving that up. But if it's about the here and now, you give him that. You don't get a perfect deal, but you get a pretty good deal and he gets to feel respected about what he gets, and we all move on and worry about winning, helping Steph Curry. While Kuminga would be giving up tons of guaranteed money by accepting the qualifying offer, he would also have control over his future. The qualifying offer would come with a no-trade clause, and would allow Kuminga to enter unrestricted free agency next offseason. Warriors could have a fatal flaw in their offseason plans. They need healthier guys off the bench. As the Golden State Warriors have been held stagnant by their lack of a resolution to their standoff with Jonathan Kuminga this offseason, they have held strong to their intention to sign a number of veteran free agents once their books are finalized. Yet, as Danny Emmerman of the San Francisco Standard pointed out on the recent episode of the Warriors Plus Minus podcast, the fact that their starters, including Stephen Curry and Draymond Green, will already miss time could indicate a fatal flaw in their plan to fill out their roster. While veterans such as DeAnthony Melton, Gary Payton II and Seth Curry present reliable and unique skill sets to the team's rotation, none of these players has a remotely clean bill of health, and, as Emmerman posits, Golden State could be in for a disaster if things go sideways this season. The Warriors' veteran free agent targets might not be healthy enough to keep the team afloat. While much of the attention over the past few weeks has gone toward any ongoing developments in the Kuminga saga, another, equally important, storyline still lingers. Who will the Warriors sign once the Kuminga situation is resolved? With Malcolm Brogdon going to the New York Knicks, the likely targets remain Melton, Payton, Curry, and veteran center Al Horford. However, Emmerman is highly skeptical of the viability of this plan. If I'm looking at an aging team, that you're penciling in your best players for 60 or 70 games max. I would want the back of my bench to prioritize guys who are available and durable. Guys you can rely on to give you productive minutes. I think it's a pretty risky swing, honestly, to fill out the back of your bench with guys who are also injury-prone. With their presumed signing of Horford, the Warriors are highly likely to have 4 starters over the age of 35, meaning that 4 of their major pieces will need significant rest during the regular season in order to be in full form for a playoff run. In assembling a bench unit for this team, it is clear that head coach Steve Kerr is seeking out talent that can be relied upon to conform to Golden State's Curry-centric system. However, is it a safe gamble to trust players like Melton and Payton to take on a larger minutes load when the team's stars need to rest? Melton, despite his seemingly perfect fit with the team, has missed virtually the entirety of the last 2 seasons due to a pair of devastating injuries. Payton has played more than 60 games just twice in his entire 11-year career. Curry, despite his less physical style of play, has missed significant time in 5 of his past 7 seasons. Therefore, while it is easy to get excited about the impact these guys might have on the team when healthy, Emmerman makes a valid point in his criticism. How much can you truly expect from these veteran players when it is most needed? The strategy the Kings are using, and how it's working to convince Kuminga. The Sacramento Kings are reportedly using a strategy to convince Jonathan Kuminga to play for them instead of the Golden State Warriors in the NBA. The Sacramento Kings are making waves in one of the longest and most uncertain offseason sagas, targeting Jonathan Kuminga for their roster in the upcoming NBA season. The team is reportedly employing a strategic approach that could give them an edge over the Golden State Warriors. At the center of negotiations is Kuminga's request for a player option in a new contract, according to Clutch Point's NBA insider Brett Siegel. Another potential sticking point stems from comments made by Sacramento Kings assistant general manager B.J. Armstrong, as reported on the Steiny and Guru show on 95.7 The Game. The remarks from Armstrong, communicated through Kuminga's agent Aaron Turner, underline why the players' camp is pushing for a player option. The player option to him is super important. JK is clearly the guy that needs to sacrifice here for this to work. Okay, so that's fine, Turner explained. He's passing up opportunities where they are saying, BJ Armstrong made a strong comment to JK like we want you to be you. We don't want you to change a thing. Play your game. He can't do that fully in Golden State. Kings pushing hard for Kuminga. The Kings have been the team showing the most interest in Kuminga throughout this saga. They were among the first to approach the Warriors in free agency about a sign-and trade for Kuminga. However, as Siegel reports, the Warriors rejected an offer that included Malik Monk and a protected first-round draft pick. The organization has since closed the door on further sign-and trade discussions. Despite the drama dragging late into the offseason, it appears likely that Kuminga will remain with the Warriors for the 2025-26 season. The only remaining question is the structure of his contract. The Warriors have reportedly adjusted their original 2-year offer, presenting Kuminga's camp with a 3-year deal, though the forward continues to push for a player option. Kuminga's recent impact. Kuminga appeared in 8 playoff games last season, including 1 start, and posted playoff career highs with 15.3 points, 2.5 rebounds, and 1.3 assists per game. He shot 48.4% from the field, 40% from three-point range, and 71% from the free throw line. As the offseason unfolds, all eyes remain on Sacramento's strategy and whether it can ultimately sway Kuminga away from Golden State. The Kings' persistence, coupled with their tailored approach to the player, has made them a formidable contender in this high-stakes negotiation. Warriors' messy summer could lead to more than just Jonathan Kuminga's exit. The Golden State Warriors didn't just have a messy summer, they walked into a timeline crisis. Jonathan Kuminga's extension talks are stuck, Jimmy Butler reportedly went straight to the front office for answers, and the roster feels thin for a team that still wants to act like a contender. The headline issue is Kuminga. Golden State reportedly offered 3 years, $75.2 million with a team option in year 3 or 3 years, $54 million with no option. Kuminga's camp is pushing for player control on the final season or else taking the $7.9 million qualifying offer for 2025-26. That would give the Warriors an expiring trade chip now, but it also dares them to solve this or risk losing him for nothing next summer. After arriving at the 2025 trade deadline, Butler reportedly contacted the Warriors brass to push for clarity, get a deal done with Kuminga or pivot before camp. It may be a leadership move, remove the cloud, align roles, and let the group lock in. The noise has already stalled other moves, with the roster still light on guaranteed deals. This is the tension, Butler came to win now, while Kuminga is negotiating for leverage and timeline. If the stalemate lingers, the fallout could be bigger than one player. Their young cornerstone walks in 2026, the wing rotation thins, and suddenly Butler, now in his late 30s, may start to wonder if his own clock matches the franchise's. Draymond Green remains the heartbeat, but as his deal winds down and the wear shows, he can't cover every crack himself. Golden State did trade for Butler in February in a multi-team deal. It was a bold reset after years of searching for a two-way wing to lift Steph Curry late in his prime. The bet, Butler's edge plus internal growth, Kuminga, could restore a puncher's chance in the West. That bet looks shakier if Kuminga's future is month to month. So what should the Golden State Warriors do? Decide on Kuminga, fast. If you believe he's a top 3 piece next to Curry/Butler, pay the premium or craft a compromise with player protection in year 3. If you don't, trade him now for win-now wings and size while his value is high. Kicking the can to October just increases the odds he plays on a qualifying offer path to 2026 free agency. Balance Butler's window with depth. Butler reportedly asked for direction because the team still needs playable contracts. Reports say targets were in limbo during the stalemate. Even with peak Curry shot-making, Golden State can't survive another season short on reliable two-way minutes. If Kuminga takes the QO, map contingencies now, extensions for role guys you trust, mid-season flexibility for another two-way forward and a line in the sand on overpaying aging names. Keeping movable salaries matters as much as star power under the current CBA. Right now, the West's top tier is deep and organized. The Warriors? They feel caught between eras. If Kuminga leaves in 2026 and Butler tires of treading water, this summer won't just be about one contract, it'll be the moment the dynasty finally slid into the middle. The fix isn't complicated, just uncomfortable. Pick a lane with Kuminga, then spend the rest of the summer fortifying the middle of the rotation so Butler and Curry aren't dragging short benches by January. Anything less, and messy turns into irreversible.